Welcome to Touched and Empowered, a show created to empower individuals to value their lives by hosting think tank discussions that will inspire positive action. Touched and Empowered with Katie and Ace starts now.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Touched and Empowered. I'm Ace, along with the lovely Katie Miller. And you know what, folks? Get ready to get traumatized and crazed because that is not this episode, folks. To be very clear, we're actually more about the holistic way of being, living, breathing, enjoying our lives. So if you were looking for trauma and ways to dive deep into those negative thoughts, this is not the place. Welcome to the joy of our lives. Katie, how'd you like that?
What? I do like that because it's all about raising the positivity level of the planet. If we can't, with everything that's going on in our worlds and in our lives, if we can't find a little bit of joy, then we're doing something wrong.
I agree. I do. And some of the joy that came with this today was the fact that I tried this halo thing over our heads. Over my head, I'm sorry.
Gotta love Zoom filters.
Love Zoom filters, but I just loved looking at Katie and going,
yeah.
For those not seeing.
It needs to be kind of tilted just a smidge.
Yeah. I mean, for those not seeing the video, my face was like, yeah, I'm an angel. We're just gonna keep that on my head. But yeah, how are things? How you feeling? Today's Valentine's Day. I have so many things to unpack about Valentine's Day today. Let's do it.
Okay, so we'll start with Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day, I would say, for a lot of people, has to deal with them and their significant other. For me, today has been more along just the reflecting and re-engaging with relationships in general that I want to strengthen, whether it be family members, I can't talk, whether it be family members or friends or significant others. It's really funny because I actually talked to my son for like 10 minutes today too.
And there's my puppy along with
and there's your puppy, which I saw your post on Instagram with Valentine's Day with your puppy. It was very cute.
Thank you. Come here, baby. Come say hi. Speaking of your son and my child, come here. Come, Bob. I'm sorry, folks. I promise I don't always sound like this. It's just to bring my dog a little bit closer to me. Come here, my love. I know. She's been very adorable today.
Very lovey-dovey.
Well, she was in the morning because she felt sick. And then it was really cute. She actually like cuddled with me. She doesn't normally cuddle with me for like 2 hours, but she did this morning. And I was like,
oh,
okay. Well, thank you. Thank you, puppy. It is Valentine's Day.
Yes, it is. But that's one of the things that at least I've realized was looking at the few minutes that I had to actually like check my social media messages and stuff. There was a lot of things about gifts.
You mean like gifts?
People were talking about, oh, I received this from so-and-so, or I received this from so-and-so. And it got me thinking as to whether receiving a gift for Valentine's was important to me or not. And I realized the only gift that I want with the people that I want to strengthen my relationships with is time. I don't need more stuff in my house because then I have to clean it.
That's fair. That's sweet. It's funny that you say gifts.
Yeah, and not gifts.
That's what I thought you said at first.
Yep. There were a lot of those too. But no, I mean like physical objects. Now, granted, there was a time when that was very important to me. But now it's not so much. I mean, granted, if my son handmade me something, I would be thrilled to death. If my son gave me something, spent his hard-earned money and bought me something, I would be thrilled to death. But I'm not craving it. I'm not desiring it. it's one of those that I'd much rather it come from the heart of the person who is giving it than me anticipating receiving fantastic stuff because it happens to be Valentine's Day.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I see. That's really sweet and actually kind of endearing. When you think about it, it's like, I just want the time. I don't need the stuff.
I do. And especially since my son's off at college. Granted, he's still got a little bit more to go, so it's not like he's going to be graduating this year. And I know once he graduates, he's not going to have much time because he's going to be working.
Makes sense.
And he's going to have his life. And so I know I'll still get text messages and stuff like that because he always checks in on me, which I do appreciate. But his time is going to be less accessible because it's going to be busy living his life, and he should be living his life. I want him to live his life. I want him to experience everything possible while he can. Now, there's no timeline or anything like that. I want him to experience everything possible for the rest of his life. I want him to enjoy his life.
I was like this open-hearted when you said that. I was like, I feel the love. That's serious though. That's amazing. It's true. Time and like having somebody or just wishing somebody well just to enjoy their lives. That's beautiful.
So that's what most of my Valentine's Day wishes have been today. Have been, find time for yourself, and to find time to express your love and friendship and everything to everyone that matters to you.
I agree. I think my mind is like juggling so many different thoughts right now when it comes to Valentine's Day. But the most recent thought came from, so I went to Gelson's near me. I love Gelson's. Love Gelson's. I don't know why. I just really love Gelson's.
Well, for somebody on the East Coast, I have no idea what that is. So you'll have to tell me what it is.
It's like it's like a high-end shop, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it's not Air One that everyone talks about. It's not Trader Joe's. It's just a really nice. I don't know how to frame it in terms of the East Coast, but it's a good supermarket. Let's put it that way. It's a good supermarket, and I love the energy there. And there's this one cashier that I love to go to because she's Filipino. I'm not going to say her name, but I just really love going to her because I'm just like, oh, look, hi, how are you? Kumusta na? I'm not going to say my American accent, but like I say hello and how are you in a Filipino in the Filipino language, Tagalog.
Right.
And she's like, oh, Ace, how are you? And I'm like, I'm good. And I asked her, how's Valentine's Day? Do you have any plans? And she was like, every day is Valentine's Day.
Oh.
And I went, yeah. Yeah.
It can be.
It can be. And the person next to me was like, I love that. That's great. And I looked at her and I was like, happy Valentine's Day before I left. And she was like, I love your heart. And I was like, I appreciate it. And I didn't know what to do because I kind of blushed and didn't know if that was her hitting on me or not, but whatever. Like I felt very like seen and loved in that moment. Yeah.
Which is something that I think that we all crave. We want to be seen. We want to be heard. We want to be acknowledged and appreciated.
Yeah, I agree.
And even if it's just something as, like, for example, I sent text messages to both of my neighbors because I live in like a townhouse, row house situation, that I sent messages to both of them just appreciating the fact that they do things like clear the snow off of my car or shovel my driveway for me when I'm not going anywhere for the next 4 days and could care less about it.
Wow, that's nice.
But they took the time to do it. So I'm like, you know what? Thank you. Is there anything I could do for you? Can I get you anything? Or anything else like that? And it's, nice for me, I greatly appreciate it because it shows that my neighborhood, we still take care of each other. We still look out for each other. And so that's why the messages were sent, because it's like, I recognize that you've done this. Want to show my appreciation. Thank you very much. And, it's building those relationships So then that way, if something happens, I know I can call on one of my neighbors. They know that they can call on me. My one neighbor over here has dogs. So if he's like running late home from work or something like that and they need to be let out, he knows he can reach out to me.
That's nice. Yeah. The amount of times that I've broken into my apartment when my neighbor, when I've locked my keys in it and my neighbors have been like, you don't have to do it by yourself. I did have a neighbor once like actually say like, hey, I'll help you. You don't have to do it by yourself. Because I literally did this parkour thing into my window.
Oh my goodness.
He watched me do this. He was like, don't. Just call me. It's fine. Oh, when you try to be independent, you don't need to.
And you don't need to.
Yeah, that was
And thankfully that's one I've locked my keys in the car, but I've never locked my keys in the house. And I'm very adamant about that in my current house because the doors are old.
Oh.
And they don't open unless you have the key in the door.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm happy for you. I've learned so many ways to break into places because I keep forgetting my keys. Oh. So when you have ADHD, folks, it's actually very common and easy for you to lose your keys. It's like this weird pattern. Like it's like for whatever reason, it's part of the diagnosis and it's just there. Like if somebody does have ADHD, a good portion of the time, they've probably lost their keys once a month or so. Pretty much, there was a point where I was doing it almost every other day, but because of it, and because like sometimes I would call, like, let's say my landlord wasn't around, or if I didn't have neighbors around, I was like, oh, I could just do it myself. It's fine. And I figured out so many different ways to get into a place because of the amount of times that I've forgotten my keys and just had to figure it out.
Which congratulations on being resourceful in doing that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people kind of say like, watch out for her. She's like a cat burglar. And I promise I won't do it. I won't, like, the skills are for my ADD. It's not for anything else. I promise. It's just to make up for the fact that I lose my keys. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no, I locked my keys in the house one time and had to call my father-in-law to let me in because he had a spare set. And I love my father-in-law. He's retired Army. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. And since then, I like check 3 times before I walk out my front door to make sure I have my keys. I check 3 times to make sure that I have my phone. Check 3 times to make sure I have my wallet. I have like this whole little routine. And when I come home, everything goes back in the exact same spot. So I know exactly where it is when it's time for me to leave.
That's great training. That is
I'm like so paranoid
training.
about it.
Oh, that's amazing. Like, so normally I would, but then ever since I got my puppy,
Right.
Crazed sometimes leaving the apartment, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit, oh no. and yeah, so that's one. Prior to that, there were just times where I would just forget, and like gotten really good at just knowing that there's some way, that there is a way to get into an apartment that's decently safe enough for me to get into the apartment. And when I say decently safe, I mean like
parkour.
Safe enough, right? Like I found a way to like balance on the end of a chair to get into the window to get into the apartment. Like that was something that I have done. Great shoes. I had great shoes. What else? I've like literally scaled a fence to hop over the fence, get into a garden, go to the window, unscrew the window with my nail, and like pull out the screen so I could open the sliding door. I've done that before. I've done many things in order for me. And you know what? It did help me with creatively getting from point A to point B. I've learned very well over time with that practice on how to do that in any situation now, apparently.
Well, you're too far away for me to call you if I ever lock myself out of the house. So I just know that if I'm ever visiting your area, if I lock myself out, I know to call you.
Woohoo! I know that was a really fun tangent. So with that being said, I love that about me. I know how to get in and out of places no matter what. Uh, back to Valentine's Day. But I think like, it is really interesting because I think it did happen to me once on Valentine's Day.
Are you back on locking your keys in the house?
Because of Valentine's Day. Yeah, that. Sorry, let's go back to Valentine's Day. So I woke up this morning with my puppy very adorably, like in bed with me, cuddling with me because she was actually sick. She threw up a few times. But like, yeah, she was just like, I want mom, I want comfort. And she just stayed on me, slept, and I was like, this is very sweet. And as I was sitting there, for whatever reason, I was just like, I'm free.
You're free. We're free.
Oh my gosh, I was so grateful this morning. I was like running around just like happy. And I don't know what it is because like the past I think past 4 or 5, 7, I don't know how many years. Valentine's Day, it was like I was either healing on Valentine's Day from a relationship or I was in a relationship during Valentine's Day. And I there was something about it that Valentine's Day, it was just like they were okay. There were some
Yeah.
amazing Valentine's days that I've had, and then there were other Valentine's days that I haven't. But for whatever reason, when I woke up this morning, I was like, I can do anything today. I can go have fun. I can say hi to my friends. Oh my gosh, there's nothing planned. What? Except for the one thing I want to do after this podcast, which is paint with one of my friends. Like, this is great. Like, I was just like so happy, like running around. I'm like, I can buy myself chocolates.
I can treat myself.
I can treat myself. I was just like so happy. I was so happy. I think it's because like don't get me wrong, relationships they can be great, right? They can be really
Yes,
great.
absolutely.
It'll be awesome. But I feel like I have this beautiful blank slate that I'm on where I'm like, and today's the crossroads where I can just sit and enjoy me. Oh my gosh. And then so great. And then basically I'm in that because I've also did a lot of healing work when it comes to relationships. So it's just I'm just like for once I'm like free of any of those sad feelings on Valentine's Day or those expectations or whatnot. I'm just like, yay! I don't have to think about anything from the past, which is kind of nice. And I'm like,
True.
this is so great. And
Well, it's great because you're in a space where
I could love.
you've kind of you can love, and you've removed the judgment stigma. Like you're not comparing it to any Valentine's days of old. You're in a no matter what happens today, it's a brand new experience and it's has its own merit.
Yeah, exactly. And that's really important because thank you, Katie, because it's nice. I'm like, I could just start fresh and manifest a different thing for next year. I'm like, I was just so happy. I think it's weird. I'm like calling my friends, I'm calling my mom, calling my nieces. I'm like, happy Valentine's Day. Like just so exuberantly happy. Just because I'm like, I don't know. There's something about Valentine's Day where it's just you celebrate love, which is really nice. So I saw a lot of people wearing red, pinks, the really cool outfits. I saw people, I saw the. All right, hold on one second.
Uh-oh, gotta get something. Oh, the box heart.
I love the box heart. So I bought my box heart. I bought my box heart for me.
The box heart of chocolates.
Yes. And because my business is going well, I can. I'm like so.
No, that's great because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, what do I want to do to treat myself? And my thought was, I'll treat myself to chocolates. However, the frugal part of my mind was like, buy it the day after Valentine's Day when everything goes on sale.
That's true. Tomorrow.
So tomorrow I'm going to be treating myself to chocolates.
I hear you. Tomorrow there's chocolate covered strawberries at Gelson's, and I'm so getting them. And I know they're going to be on sale tomorrow.
Yeah. You know, but that's the thing. That's the beauty of it, though, is that we can choose to assign whatever meaning it is to it. So for me, today was a full-blown work day. I pretty much got up, made myself breakfast, came to my desk, and have been sitting at my desk working all day today. Tomorrow, I have a commitment in the morning, and then I've got the rest of the day. So I get to celebrate, quote unquote, me, Valentine's Day, tomorrow. I'm going to treat myself to, I think I'll do a smoothie instead of going out to lunch and buy myself some chocolates.
Yay. Oh, I love it. And for everyone who has a Valentine or has a partner, you want to hear something cool?
Sure.
This is for everyone who has a partner and also for everyone who's single. So essentially, I've been getting these really interesting downloads about manifesting a new partner, and I'm just like, I've been like listening to a lot of YouTube videos and whatnot, and these videos just keep showing up, and I'm like, I wasn't looking for you, algorithm. Why are you showing me this? I'm free. But what I found really interesting was essentially when manifesting good times, bad times, with a partner, without a partner, or for a partner, I've been getting the same message a few times, and it was about, all right, let go of the old stories, all of them.
Yep.
And then write all the experiences that you want to experience with either a new partner that's on the way or a partner that you have already. Like, write down 7 new experiences that you want to experience with that said person, and how is that going to make you feel? Right? Like, how will that experience make you feel? For instance, why not? It's Valentine's Day. I was like, I want to be showered with gifts that I know I would truly appreciate by a partner on Valentine's Day, with full plans that I don't have to plan out.
Okay.
And flowers.
Flowers are nice.
Right? Just all of that. I want all of that. And then how would I would feel truly loved, safe to receive, appreciated, treasured, all that love stuff, right? I'd feel all of that. And I wrote it down. Then I watched a YouTube video this morning that was like, even if you don't think it could happen, write it down anyways. And I went, oh, wow, you just reaffirmed what I was.
Yeah.
All right. So who I'm referring to her name is the Gem Goddess. She's fantastic. She's like an incredible influencer on Instagram who takes everything to like a high frequency. And I really appreciate that. There's a lot of tarot card readers out there that like,
yes.
Yeah. And you can go into really interesting rabbit holes if you, with certain frequencies or certain conversations that some readers have. Her conversations, which I appreciate and love, and we're going to put her Instagram. We're going to put her YouTube reference down below. Okay. She keeps everything at a high frequency, a high vibe, so that people can manifest to their best ability and have a really, like elevating the frequency of the planet. Right. And I'm just like, I love what she does, and I'm starting to emulate what she does. I'm starting to notice the frequency. It's really interesting. Her daughter's name is Angel. But it was very interesting because she reaffirmed you should like just write it down anyways. This is how you can manifest who you want, even if they are there. Detach from names, detach from old stories, old relationships, and write down exactly what you want. No judgment, no nothing, regardless of disbelief. Just write it down.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, cool. Now let's talk about what I read in this book.
What book is that?
This is called The Secret of Light Language.
Okay.
Oh, it's Secret Language of Light. Sorry, folks. We're getting a little new agey. Just Throwing that in there. Just because these cards are so beautiful. Look at this. And it was the first card that came out, actually. It's creepy.
What card is that one? That one is
Soul Mating.
Soul Mating.
That is trippy. I literally just was like, I went to the page and then the card was there. That's actually really trippy. So the card talks about like essentially a new encounter or a deepening of an already existing union will profoundly change the way you perceive unconditional love. If you want to know more, you could buy the deck. But I just for reference sake, in journal work, they talk about write down 7 things you want to experience in a new or current romantic relationship. Write down how you expect each item to make you feel and see if you can find that feeling in your life now. You attract into your life what you are.
I like that because sometimes we forget what we've been able to accomplish or the intense positive emotions that we have in our life. And so by looking and finding that evidence in our past, our brain will then become the search engine that it is and find more pieces of evidence that match that. So it's like, I remember this one time where I felt this. Oh, wait, there's another one. Oh, wait, there's another one. Oh, wait, there's another. And then all of a sudden, all this, wow, I've had this much love in my life. So I'm worthy of it. Hence chocolate.
Showered with gifts.
Showered with gifts.
Gifts.
Yes, gifts.
Although I've been gifts, but I've been showering everyone with gifts, to be honest. I've been sending gifts everywhere. So much that I'm like commenting with gifts on Instagram and I'm getting like 92 likes on my comments. Like and above. It's like but yeah, no, it is really interesting because like thinking about it in that way, it removes all the past hurt and trauma. And it helps you kind of just separate. And don't get me wrong, but we do need to process some of those emotions, right? Like if you're feeling a certain way, you need to process it and let it go. I understand that. But dwelling in it could be a little detrimental. I might be being a hypocrite. I apologize. I have, focused on it for a while. But what I've recognized is that, out of being a human, you do. If you still need to process something, you just stay there for a little bit until you can finally process and move on.
Yes. And I think one of the things that we have to remember is that if we are in the time frame where we're not feeling our best, we're not feeling the most love, we're not feeling the most joy, we just have to remember that nothing is permanent.
Exactly. And also, if you weren't feeling that way in past relationships, I'm hearing this through my halo.
We love downloads.
We love downloads. If you didn't feel that way in past relationships, you get to now. And I think that's why I was like, I'm free. I get to have the things I want now. I'm like so excited. Just because I feel like maybe that's why I was so happy. I'm like, I get to enjoy this and that. And don't get me wrong, I do appreciate some of the gifts that I received in the past, like the 6-foot tall teddy bear that I can give to my dog now because she's just the same size. That thing was fun to walk around with, by the way.
I can imagine. I've only got my biggest stuffed animal, I think, is 3 feet, and I can't imagine trying to carry one that's 6 foot. So
the head was like around my back, and like, and the person I was dating at the time, like I told them, I want to carry this thing, so I carried it. And like we passed by a Starbucks, and I just saw all these heads pop out and watch me carry this giant bear.
Well, I love the fact that we can, if we're taking the time, and especially if we were in a relationship and it ended, and so now we're at a Valentine's Day where we are by ourselves for the first time in maybe a really long time, we can go back and look at, okay, in all of the Valentine's days I can remember, which ones did I enjoy the most? What was it about that year's celebration of love that I really liked and I really enjoyed and I want more of. And it's one of those that, for me, which is really funny, what popped in my head, as simple as it sounds, is to have a cup of coffee brought to me without asking for it, made perfectly. Now,
That's a
I
beautiful.
love my son because my son does this on a very regular basis, and it's his way of showing love to me. Is he knows that bringing me coffee is part of my love language. I need caffeine.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's so that's what popped into my head on this. Is like, oh, whenever it happens, just have someone bring me a cup of coffee. I'll be perfectly. I will feel loved. I will feel cared for because they're bringing me something that I enjoy and probably need.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's just those simple little things. It could be bringing a bottle of water to you while you're at work. It could be bringing lunch to you when you forget to pack your lunch for work.
Yeah.
Instead of you having to spend money to have takeout or whatever.
I think I asked somebody to do this once and I still loved it. So Forrest Gump is one of my favorite movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to hear the line on a bench with a box of chocolates. Life's like a box of chocolate. And they did it. And they did it. And I was just like, this is so great. Thank you. Like I'm like sitting next to a tree on a bench as we're talking. I was like, this is and I like felt it coming because I asked them to do it. But
Right.
they were just the cheesy smile of like, we're reenacting this. We're doing it. Yes, we are. Like that just it makes me so happy because it's just like, oh, we get to just
it's just those silly things sometimes. It's, just those little things that mean something to us. My one sister, for example, loves scary Halloween movies. So, when sending text messages and stuff back and forth and everything, instead of her getting a picture of a bouquet of red roses, she got a picture of a bouquet of black roses. Because I know that's something that she would get a kick out of. And the response I got was, instead of the regular thanks, you too, was, oh my gosh, I love the photo. Thank you so much. So it's like just that little bit of investing in the relationship with my sister has now strengthened those bonds.
Yeah, actually knowing what the person likes.
Exactly. And just, it doesn't have to be anything big. It could be something small, like sending someone a photo or sharing a social media post. Hey, I saw this and thought of you.
Yeah, I do that to Katie all the time.
Yes, you do. And I do it as well, not as much.
I'm sorry. I wake up and I'm like, so part of my morning routine is actually like sending funny videos to people on Instagram, because I thought, like, social media, we're gonna have it no matter what. It's like it's kind of like what's it called? The something evil. It's a necessary
evil.
Yeah, at this point. So you might as well use it with joy, right? So I normally send, like, if I'm gonna scroll, I'll scroll for like 20 minutes maybe. Just to kind of get it out, because I know that we're going to do it at some point.
We're going to be drawn to it to do it sometime during the day.
Exactly. But then I put an intention on it. So I do it with a purpose by sending funny videos to all of my friends within those 20 minutes. Like
it's with purpose.
With purpose. It's with purpose. I'm doing it with purpose. I'm creating value, right? So if I do it in that way, it's less of an addiction, I guess. But at least,
well, it doesn't matter whether it's an addiction or not at this point, because again, you're investing in the relationship with your friends.
Exactly.
It's saying, thought of you and wanted to share this. And I like the fact that you're doing it with intention instead of scrolling and finding something that's funny and automatically blasting it out to everyone. Instead, you're scrolling, you're finding something, and you're like, okay, this needs to go to this person. This needs to go to this person. This needs to go to this person. So it's got more heart to it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I know, for instance, I don't send Katie videos of home, like beautiful homes or stuff like that. I send that to my
No.
to one of to one of my closest friends that I consider a big brother because we
Mm-hmm.
like talk about homes and houses and we visited Sedona together. Um I send Katie a lot of other things.
Yeah, you do. You send me a lot of very interesting things, and it ranges anything from positive affirmations to silly puppy videos to book talk, and we'll just leave it at that.
Book talk, book talk. Yeah, book talk.
We're
Yes.
just going to throw it underneath of that category.
Okay.
But but I know that when it's coming from you, it's because I saw this, I thought it was hysterical, and I thought of Katie.
Yep.
And that's why it's coming to me.
Yep.
And it's great because when I'm going through and doing my social media and stuff, I know I don't send you nearly as many, but the ones that I do are the ones that are like, especially the affirmation ones, are the ones that remind us that we've had our struggles, but we have overcome.
Yeah.
The ones that, oh, you know what? This one needs to go to Ace today. Don't know why. I'm just getting the hit, so to speak, the download that I need to share this message with Ace.
And that's actually why I open yours. A lot of people send me a lot sometimes, and I don't always watch it because I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure if they actually understand me yet to really to send me content that I know I'll enjoy.
Right.
But I know you do.
Yeah. And I mean, I have one friend who does send me photos of homes or video clips or social media of homes, but the ones that he sends me are the ones that like where people do the reviews of homes on Zillow where the outside looks absolutely gorgeous, but the inside is like Barbie pink and Cookie Monster blue. They're the really messed up houses.
And
They send me crazy, but it's stuff to make me laugh.
yeah, and these quirks are exactly what makes us who we are. So if somebody can see that in you,
Exactly.
that is like the deepest part of love. Don't get me wrong, a big teddy bear, I loved it because it was funny because I'm
Yep.
small and I enjoyed that. That was great. The box of chocolates, they're my favorite, one of my favorite movies.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Trying to think if there's anything else that has happened to me where, dinner on the Eiffel Tower. That was great. It was great.
Yep.
But I'm like, those are big things. And like if somebody like I want somebody to give me something, it could be literally $5 sometimes. And it doesn't have to be so ostentatious, but I'd love for it to hit my heart, like
Right.
actually see.
And that's why I was saying the thing about the time instead of actual physical gifts, because I want the relationship. I want there to be meaning behind it. Instead of just buying, everything underneath the sun or buying, oh, I just bought you this necklace that was worth several $100s. Well, if
I hope I
it's
like it. Sorry.
yeah, if it's something that is not my color, not my taste, not my style, it's beautiful. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. But then it goes into the safe and I will never wear it.
Yeah. See, no, I wear jewelry, and it's funny. My mom will give me jewelry that I know I'll like,
Mm-hmm.
but then I'll forget to wear it again. Like, so if you notice, I'm not really wearing anything,
Right.
right? Um, I do like clothes, but the thing is, when it comes to stuff like that, um, how do I explain this, Katie, in the way that would make sense? I know you understand me.
It, it's wonderful to receive gifts of value, whether it be a $5 value, $5,000 value. The value itself doesn't matter.
The
It's
monetary value.
the monetary value. Thank you. The monetary value in itself doesn't matter. It's the value of the intention of the person giving it.
Yeah.
If they have looked at it and they're like, I saw this, I thought of this person, and it reminded me of them, and I know it'll make them happy, so I'm going to get it for them, then fantastic. But if they're like, oh, shoot, it's Valentine's Day and I'm leaving work and dinner is in an hour. I need to stop by the store and I'll just grab the first thing I see. That's nowhere near as meaningful.
Yeah, no, it's not. It really isn't.
And people know. The people who receive the gift, they will know.
They will know. They will definitely know. There was this one person. I remember he gave me this really great. I was like, wow, you really knew me. He bought me like a 50K bullet that was engraved, and it was like
Mhm.
and it was turned into a necklace. I don't know where it is now, unfortunately, but I really appreciated the gift. Notice the necklace. I don't know where it is.
I'm
But
sure it's in one of your jewelry boxes.
yeah, Well, so uh, I love when people take something and repurpose it.
Right.
And I enjoy, I know this is controversial, but I enjoy artillery. So like the fact that this like 50K bullet came from somewhere out in like the desert or something,
Mhm.
like he found this and it looked old. It looked very vintage and I really loved it. And the fact that they repurposed it and even just drilled a hole in it to make it a necklace, I was like, oh, that's really sweet. You know me. Thank you.
Right.
I don't know where it is. I gotta find it. But yeah, I was very grateful.
We're on a mission. We're gonna find it now.
Right? I'm like looking at the Swiss Army knife that I have that is also a bullet. Like just some like little
You know,
quirks like that, right?
and sometimes the silly little quirks mean more than the big ostentatious things. But there are times that the really big trips, for example, are it's a lot of time, it's a lot of planning, and those are amazing gifts to give, but oh my God, don't for me, once every couple of years for a trip, I'm perfectly okay with that.
Take me snowboarding at Vail with
Well,
like a
you want to go snowboarding all the time, so that doesn't matter.
yeah for three. It's expensive. Take me
I
snowboarding
don't
at Vail.
know. I don't do snowboarding, so I don't know. But
It's a
again,
yeah, it's quite expensive.
you know, so get to know the person that, besides just, oh, we're dating right now, find out what's important to them.
Yeah, I agree. Also, to the level of which you love this person, because if you take me to Vail on freaking Valentine's Day, I kid you not, I'm already ready for the ring. Like, let's go. Like, you know me so well. You've given me love. Like,
That might be me if someone took me into Barnes and Noble and say, okay, you have 30 minutes and no budget. I would probably marry that person on the spot too. Just because of the fact that that is something I love to read. I love, they have puzzles now. They have crocheting kits now. They have all these other like fun things now. And I can get lost. I can get lost in there for hours.
oh,
So yeah, so definitely give me a time limit. You should probably give me a budget too, but that's beside the point.
give me a week in Vail. Give me a week. Yeah, that was another thing. I do want to be able to like appreciate the finer things in life with the person that I'm with.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And I think that that's important too, but I think for me, if we just start dating and we're like within that 1 year time frame and you spring something huge on me like a trip, for me personally, I would be uncomfortable because I haven't built that long-standing romantic relationship with you yet.
You do that with me. Do your
We're
best.
also talking different ages, darling.
I know, but if somebody did that with me to go to like Vail,
Mm-hmm.
I know your intent, which is important. Like you see
Right.
me as marriage, right? That's the intent. That better be the intent. One. Two. Yeah. If I'm not enjoying my favorite place on earth with you, at least I'll know very fast.
That's true.
Yeah. And I'm okay with that type of clarity, actually. I've actually learned that type of clarity faster. I've learned to appreciate it.
Well, I think the main thing is the communications that we have. Whether it be our romantic partner, whether it be one of our friends, so hence I now know that when I decide to surprise you for something very important, that I could just send you to Vale and you'd be perfectly happy.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Did not know that before. So,
It's a thing. Yeah.
having these kinds of conversations when it's not, the holiday is not right around the corner, when the birthday is not right around the corner, and be willing to share and be vulnerable, especially if it's hard to say, but there was one Valentine's Day where I received a gift and it was very inappropriate.
Ooh, tell me.
It was heartbreaking.
I'm so sorry. Okay, don't tell me.
And the person thought that it would make me smile when in actuality it didn't. It brought up some very bad memories. None of their fault. But I also know that I probably wasn't clear that I have absolutely no interest in this particular product or this particular style of product. And they're like, oh, she likes these because she has I'll say it. I have a teapot in my house from my grandmother when she passed away.
Right. Yes.
Getting a teapot for Valentine's Day birthday present or something else like that. No. That means that you just looked in my house and you saw what I already had. You didn't ask what the significance of it was.
You see my cringe smile?
Yeah.
That's because you need to go deeper, folks. You actually have to like.
And at that point in time when it happened, I didn't say anything. I was very gracious. Thank you. Full of gratitude. You thought of me. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Ooh.
Because I didn't know then what I know now with the healing that I've done.
Yeah.
And we're also talking, my grandmother passed away like 15 years ago.
And we talked about this on a previous
on a previous podcast we talked about it. So I mean, it's been a significant amount of time since my grandmother passed away. But still, I mean, the Valentine's Day after she passed away, that probably wasn't the best gift to give me.
Yeah, no, that really wasn't. Oh my. We could talk. We could talk about gifts that are like not appropriate. Just for I do want to share this.
Okay.
For funsies.
I didn't mean to go there, but we're doing funsies, so go for it.
Yeah, this is just what you shouldn't do, folks. It's okay. We just want to share this out loud so people are aware of what you can do and what you can't do. Right. Vale, yay.
Ace and snowboarding, yay.
Coconut shampoo, conditioner that's really expensive. Nay, I'm allergic.
That's funny because I'm allergic to coconut too.
Yeah, I got that one and it was very expensive. And it was like, but this is like my favorite smell. This is good. I'm like, that's great. That's for you. You put that on me, I'm gonna burn.
Right.
Not the best.
True. And again falls back to communications. Mm-hmm. And building the relationship and everything else like that. Learning each other. And even if you've been in a relationship for more than 10 years, more than 20 years, whether it's a friendship, whether it be a romantic or whether it be family, revisit the conversations on what do you like now? Because what I like now is very different than what I liked when I was a teenager.
It's not so different for me. But
well,
yes.
not all of, I will admit there's a lot of it that is the same. But there's some things that I absolutely loved as a teenager that now I can do without.
And like custom, really meaningful, awesome jewelry like the bullet in a necklace. Yay. Classic jewelry that's $15,000 that I might lose. No, don't do it.
Yeah, no.
Ex-nay.
Yeah, I've come to realize that I think it's because of the fact that the age that I am now. When I was younger, I loved the idea of expensive gifts because I thought expensive gifts meant the more money they spent meant the more they loved me,
Mm,
was the belief that I had had. And granted, I was young. Now I know that it's not the monetary value of the gift, it's the emotional value that I receive from the person who's giving it to me.
right? I agree.
And that lasts longer because jewelry can get lost, necklaces can break, electronics can break. Trips are great, but you have to remember to take photos, otherwise all you have is your memories. Versus the emotions that we have tied to these events and these things, they last longer.
Yeah. Can I do one more?
Of course.
Okay.
And then we got to wrap it up because we're coming up on time.
Okay, I love it. So I love poker. Anyone
Yes.
who really knows me, I love poker. I've loved it since I was 12. It's like my first love before anything. Honestly, it was like one of my first loves. Get me a poker set. I already have 4.
Yeah.
Draw me an Alice in Wonderland. What do you call it? Like mural?
Mm-hmm.
They drew an entire mural of Alice in Wonderland playing poker because I love Alice in Wonderland. And it was beautifully hand drawn. I don't know where it is now. It's somewhere in my house in New Jersey, but I loved it.
And again, it's tying things that they know that you already like and blending them in a way that is one of a kind. And because they took the time to do the research, and I don't know if they drew it.
They drew it.
I'm assuming they drew it. Okay.
It was incredible.
That is so much more meaningful than I can't draw for crap. So if I'm going to do something like that, I'm going to hire somebody to do it. But I'm still going to put all of the research and everything into it.
And they did.
And that's fantastic.
Yeah. So with that being said, it's interesting that we like talked about Valentine's, the gifts, and all the fun stuff, and being free and all that fun. We're just wrapping this up for a quick second. I also find that true love actually sees who you really are. I feel like we just embellished on that a lot today.
Yes.
But I think it's so important because I think all of us, we want to be seen, we want to be heard, and for who we really are.
Yeah. And there's more to us than just the smile that we wear when we go to work every day. We all wear masks because that's how, at least for me, that's how I was raised. You don't tell anyone outside of the house what's going on in the house. You wear a mask when you go out in public.
Or you
so
leave, I'm sorry,
go
I was gonna say, or you leave a blank face on and you let people project. Either or.
Right.
That's
they're different coping mechanisms. But so to be able to share that something is meaningful, now because of the healing and everything, means more to me now than, if someone parked in my driveway with a brand new car for me, told me it was 100% paid off, I didn't have to worry about anything. I'd much rather, if I didn't have to take care of anything, maintenance, insurance, payments, nothing. I would not be filled with as nearly the same level of joy as I would be if they said, hey, let me take you out. We'll go to the bookstore. We'll go see to this museum, or better yet, we'll go to the zoo and see the hippos.
Aww.
Things that I would much rather have.
That's beautiful. And to be fair, I would love that.
Yep.
The whole scenario with the car, because I fucking love cars. It's part of my French. I got so aggressive. But
yes,
I
okay.
love cars. And if you got me a Dodge Challenger 2023 or 2024, mind you, the coupe, all black.
You were putting your order into the universe.
Yeah, it got me all of that free with a mechanic that I can trust because it has a good backseat for my dog. That I love cars. So that would mean a lot to me.
So, universe, we are putting these out there. These are the things that we want. And we'll check in next Valentine's Day and see whether or not they manifested.
Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.
Yes, take care. Bye.
Thank you for joining us. We hope that the discussion today will inspire you to take positive action in your life. Until next week, be empowered.